Hello Cancer, Ashley here, and we are going to do your reading for April. So this is just a forecast for the month where we're going to look at something that is supporting you, so your strength for the month of April, your challenge for the month of April, and then a potential outcome for you. So I like your strength here. It says in perfect harmony, and then which is a number 11. And then we have the ant spirit. It says time to collaborate. So working with others, work itself, some sort of relationship dynamic could be coming up as a challenge, but it's a number 1. So we have 111 showing up. And then we have for potential outcome here and now in the reverse. So it could be that you're kind of in some way transported into like reminiscing about something. So thinking about the past, or you're exceptionally future focused. So it could be, we're gonna see what tarot comes up for this row. But it could be that you're having a hard time just staying in the moment. So we're going to see what all that's about for Cancer. Let's see, we have the Lovers and the Four of Swords pop out. So it could be some healing going on in a love relationship, or the need for some healing in some way. Let's see. And then we're going to clarify. We have the Ace of Wands. Spicy. Justice. Okay, so really it's just kind of trying to find the correct balance in some way. And look, another 11. You got synchronicities all over this reading. And the Ace, which is a 1. How interesting. The Hierophant. The Five of Cups, the Page of Swords, the Empress, the Ace of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. Feels like a big month for you, Cancer, especially with this potential outcome. The Hierophant, the Empress, and the Wheel of Fortune. I like this. I like that there's some deeper spiritual learning going on here. There's growth here. And I also feel like if you're coming to this reading wanting some input in as far as a work situation, I do feel like something's going to work out nicely here with the Empress showing up and the Wheel of Fortune. So I like that. I am curious about this strength row because we have 2 aces, the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. And then we have the Five of Cups. So with this being a strength, I do feel like there's healing involved here. This Five of Cups is, regret, remorse, disappointment, right? I actually feel like something here is coming in to relieve your worries about something here. So I like that. And it does feel like something that's maybe caused quite a bit of stress in the past for you. So it's almost kind of like new changes coming in help to kind of relieve the burden that you have been going through. I also feel like you are spending quite a bit of time in trying to understand how to put your efforts towards a work dynamic or a relationship dynamic that's going to best bring about balance and equal give and take. And I do see a communication happening in that regard. So we're going to look at that. Bottom of the deck, Five of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, and the Death card. Eight of Cups, King of Wands, Six of Swords. Queen of Wands. Okay. So we do have a divine pair here, King and Queen of Wands. It seems to me that you're both attempting to move into a better place after some pain here. I also still feel like you're trying to figure this out. How do we recoup what we've lost? How do we have a rebirth here after maybe going our separate ways and kind of doing a deep dive into what it is that we really need to know about ourselves, what we really desire for the future, right? Kind of dark night of the soul energy here. But I still feel like there's maybe some stuck energy around the loss itself. Like we're getting trapped in the headspace here when it comes to this Five of Cups, Five of Pentacles energy. So we're definitely, there's a change underway here. And I feel that there has been for actually some time. So when we're going through change, we're definitely experiencing difficulty. It's uncomfortable, right, in a number of different ways. But I do feel like things are shifting in the right direction. So we're going to take a peek, clarify this, and see if we can get more details on what you can expect for April. Be sure to check your other placements. Hit that like button. Share this with another Cancer if you feel like it would be helpful. And make sure you are subscribed so you can see when I upload each week. I just saw your card pop out there, the Chariot. And what else? What else? Thanks for being here. Let's see. In perfect harmony. So we're definitely vibing with someone or with something. Things are flowing here, right? We're in tune with someone. And it could just be you're kind of getting into the flow this month. And I do like that it's a number 11. It feels like this is kind of right on time and correct for your particular path. So let's look at this Ace of Wands. We have the Three of Pentacles. So if you're here, whether it's about relationship or work, because we have the Ant Spirit here, I was just talking about work, or collaboration at least. This is a collaboration, Three of Pentacles here. So this is working with others with a common goal, right? So, an Eight of Cups. So it does feel like something you've walked away from in the past. It's maybe taken some time to get to this place where this collaboration, this new beginning has been possible. And we did see that Eight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So there's been some self-exploration that's happened leading up to this point. I am also feeling like you are walking away from this Five of Pentacles energy. This loss, this feeling of having lost resources or been left out, been on your own for a period of time here. So you could have kind of been in this hermit energy, right? With the Five of Cups. Yeah, we have the World. So we've come through some grief here, and I feel like, have recognized the pros with the cons here is what I want to say. So like, there's been loss associated with what you've left behind in the past, but there's been gains as well, right? And kind of being able to look at both and assess how you want things to go moving forward. So there's definitely been a big lesson, a cycle completed here. And I do feel that that's why these aces are cropping up for you in April. We also have the Six of Cups. So again, this was someone you had some history with. Soulmate connection here, probably some past life karma, maybe working through that karma together, which is, not always a fun experience. but we're also kind of thinking about the good days, right? Like, what was it about the good times that we could potentially recreate now, right? So again, not all is lost with the Five of Cups. We typically, like on this depiction, there's like 5 pearls down here. But typically on the Five of Cups, we have 3 that are spilled and 2 that are still left standing. And so it's like we're very focused when we're in this grief energy about the spilled cups, but not all is lost. So it's kind of like looking back at the cups that were still good and trying to draw the positive out of that. So I feel that strongly here, that this is both you and someone else working to take the good from the bad kind of thing. Now, if you're not returning to a past person here or trying to come together with a past person that you have ended things with, there are still new beginnings here, still new collaboration showing up. So it doesn't have to be that you're working this out with a past soulmate. The Ace of Pentacles, we have the Queen of Wands. So also at the bottom of the deck, you could be dealing with a fire sign here. And the Eight of Swords. So somebody here is still kind of in this place of being stuck in the past, particularly or stuck in their head mentally, right? Particularly when it comes to having a new start as far as commitment goes. It seems to me that you and this person might actually be working together at this time to build from these 3 pentacles. So there's somewhat of a foundation still here, right? And this is based on if you're dealing with a past person, right? There's a big sexual charge between the 2 of you as well. There's a lot of attraction here. King and Queen of Wands. There's passion. There's desire. There's like a power, a magnetism between you and this person. And so that part of the connection is easy, right? But when we have the 3 of Pentacles, we need that 4th to make a solid foundation. And that does seem to be the hang up here. Getting that pentacle to create that commitment, that foundation, that new base for something to grow from. So it could very well be that in April, let me get one more on this Queen of Wands energy. Judgment. So this person, I do feel, is going to make a decision. It might take some time in April here, but I do feel like the person you're dealing with is going to make a choice about a new commitment. Now, this could be your energy here, Cancer, as the Queen of Wands. If you're not dealing with a past person, there could be a Scorpio, a fire sign, could be water, a fixed sign showing up in your experience. And it does feel like there could be some hesitancy to move into a commitment. It may just start out as kind of a fun, flirty, sexy experience, but I do feel like it's eventually going to get there. So let's look at this challenge row, because it's going to help round out the story, right? We're going to get some more details from this row just on the difficulties and the positive things. So the strengths and weaknesses of the month. We have the Ant Spirit. So collaborating in the best way with another person or at work, finding a job, some sort of collaboration here. And it's interesting, if you look at these two ants, one's wearing kind of an interesting headdress, and the other one has a different kind of headdress. So it almost feels like two very strong leaders here, two very independent people trying to come together and piece together how to best do this, especially when you're both so strong and independent, right? Both leader kind of energies. We have Justice, the Page of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles. So it's like, how do I best apply myself to this so that it is balanced, right? You don't want to come into something and give too much, and it not be reciprocated. And not because you might have days where you want to really do some nice things for someone, right? It's not to say not to do that. But if you're always the one doing that, then we're just kind of contributing to a one-sided relationship, right? So this Justice card, her scales are actually, I don't know if you can see on this camera, they're not actually balanced. So for a lot of you, I do feel like this is probably something that's maybe been imbalanced in the past. So if you are dealing with a past person, it's trying to get those scales back to good, back to even, right? Let's look at this. Justice. We have the Sun. So you could certainly be dealing with someone with a very strong personality here. It could be a Leo. We have Libra there as well. And the King of Cups. So this could certainly be your energy here, Cancer. It's like, how do I find and strike a balance between logic, love, and independence here? And it's this very interesting dynamic, right? We have emotions here. That's clear with these cups, especially if this is someone from the past. And it could very well be 8 of Cups, 6 of Cups, and Judgment points heavily in that direction. But again, it's like, okay, I have emotions here, but I also need my independence and freedom. There's also maybe some enlightenment coming in the month of April that points to how things have been imbalanced. And it could be that, things are extremely sexy with this person, but not maybe as emotionally deep as you want them to be. So there's things like that kind of coming up for your evaluation. With the Page of Swords, we have the Chariot. So you're definitely thinking about this, really trying to learn from this. And the Ten of Pentacles. And it looks to me like what you're desiring here, Cancer, is to move in this big growth trajectory with this person. This could also be, if we're talking about work here, your desire is to move in a direction that is going to be prosperous, where you kind of have the freedom to make your own choices here. So like, in that regard, with regard to career, you might be seeking something out that is both emotionally fulfilling and allows for some freedom. I'm really picking up on that with the Sun and the Chariot here. It's like, I want to be able to set up my days. I want to, I don't need a boss that's constantly micromanaging me. Maybe there's, you want the ability to even do some traveling involved when it comes to your career here. You want a nice work-life balance, it looks like. Let's look at the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Nine of Wands. I do feel like that's actually a really positive thing here, and the Four of Swords. So we're trying to be careful not to put ourselves out there too much, but also I actually feel, if this is someone from the past, I actually feel like there's, again, a lot of healing going on here between you and this person. And that could be why things are kind of taking their time as far as commitment goes. it seems to me, Cancer, that you have your eyes set on the Ten of Pentacles here. Like, you want the whole shebang, right? And you might very well be communicating that. But I also feel like you're trying to keep yourself in check here. Because, you know, Cancer, you're such a loving, giving, nurturing sign. And what I feel like this means is you're trying to kind of still keep your boundaries in place. You don't need to overgive. Sometimes it's okay to take a break. You don't need to spend every waking moment with this person. And I do feel like you're still trying to take care of yourself here. I also feel like this energy of waiting coming in here. And you could be getting to a point where you're really trying to hang in there, but it can be kind of frustrating, right? You could experience some frustration in April when it comes to waiting on a career opportunity or waiting for someone to figure out what they want to do. So I do see that showing up here for you. And that's why it's in the challenge position. And I'm noticing that this Nine of Wands is particularly eyeballing this Queen of Wands. So if you are dealing with a fire sign, you might be getting a little irritated with this person because they're so stuck in their head, needing to still make a decision, right? All right, let's look at this here and now in the reverse. So this is the potential outcome. We're definitely still thinking about the past. We're definitely still thinking about what we want in the future. Sometimes this row comes through and it's kind of like advice. So I could see that also being the case here. Just remembering this month to really live in the moment. Whether it's romantically or, you know, career related here that you're kind of focused on. We have the Hierophant, the Empress, and the Fortune's Wheel. So I do feel like something's going to show up. The thing you're desiring is coming. So whether it's commitment, prosperity, a chance at an improved income, better abundance, it's coming. I think it's just a matter of being in the moment and being receptive. You know, the Empress, she's not chasing anything here. She's just bringing it in. And that's, I feel, further emphasized by this Queen of Wands. She's also in this energy of attracting, magnetizing something to her. So let's get some details here. Why the Hierophant? This is Taurus energy, and we have the Empress. So you're attracting the thing that you want. There's also a ton of spiritual growth happening right now that you, oh my God, look at that. The Hierophant clarified by the Empress and the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. The, excuse me, I'm impressed. So the change, the shift, the turn of events that you've been hoping for and wanting to attract in is coming. And part of why that's happening is also tied to the fact that you have had a lot of spiritual growth. And right as I pulled that Wheel of Fortune, I stopped saying what I was saying because I was kind of shocked to see the Wheel of Fortune show up. But what I'm saying is I actually feel like you've had a lot of spiritual growth that you maybe don't even recognize, right? And that could be very well why we're tied to this Wheel of Fortune. It's a very strong card of divine timing, right? So there was growth that needed to happen here, and I'm actually getting goosebumps down the entire left side of my body. So I feel like we're barking up the right tree here. The timing had to be right, and it had to be timed with this growth that you've experienced, perhaps that this other person is experiencing as well, right? Let's look at this Empress. We have the Seven of Swords. It's almost felt, yeah, and the Nine of Pentacles. So it's kind of, you can see Nine of Pentacles for me is pre-Empress energy. She's got her 6 over here. She's taking care of herself. She's got 3 over here. She's willing to share. But she's number 1, right? She's taking care of herself first. She's financially independent. She doesn't need anyone else to pay her bills. And I'm saying you know, masculine or feminine watching this, it applies. It's just an energy here of financial independence here. But the goal here has been to go from this to the Empress, right? With this Seven of Swords energy here. So it's felt slippery. It has felt like it's been out of reach. And I actually feel like it's coming in April. We're making this shift. And the timing of that had to be right. It had to all flow together, if that makes sense. It's felt elusive, this thing that you've been desiring. So whether it was prosperity, finances, commitment, a higher love connection, because that's all here, it's felt elusive. It's felt slippery, right? And there needed to be growth here. With the Wheel of Fortune, wow, we have the Tower. So I love that together because it's a big shift, and it's going to happen like that. We also have the Five of Pentacles, so it's going to snap you out of this Five of Pentacles energy, this lack consciousness. So again, whether that's a lack of a commitment or a lack of finances, there's going to be a big shift here. I actually feel like it's really important to be in the moment here. Like I said, this could be a row of advice. Now it is the potential outcome for you, but this here and now in the reverse. It's like if we get too far in our heads about what's coming in the future and what's happened in the past, we're not right now. We might miss the signs, right? We might miss the next steps that get us to the thing that we really want because we're just floating in the ethers thinking about the past and the future here, right? With the Empress here twice and the Wheel of Fortune here twice, the timing is going to come into play here, and by timing I mean like in the now moment, right? So it could come in quickly and change your entire experience here, but you have to be present enough to even notice it, right? So pay attention to that this month. Like, even if there is reminiscing of the past or you're thinking about the future, do that for a period of time and then take a break. Like, consciously take a break from worrying about it or fantasizing about it, and really get into the moment, especially if you're dealing with another person, right? Because I do feel like, as far as your challenge for the month, trying to really collaborate with this person and get in an even place, equal give and take with them, you need to be available in the moment. And you also have this Page of Swords here, so there's going to be a lot of conversation. It's a good time to ask questions and really hear the answer, right? So I hope that was helpful. Oh, I like this. Bottom of the deck. So definitely some manifestations coming in. I really like how this all came together. I will see you next week, Cancer, for your weekly reading. But I hope this monthly forecast helps support you through April. I will see you next time.
Bye.